had a lot of experience with this organization over the last 20 years, and when it comes to startups, there isn't a better organization in our state that will take a beginning startup company team, even if they're experienced entrepreneurs, and give them an orientation of how do you structure your deal, how do you present your deal, and how do you make sure it's compelling, because we all know that only a small percent of deals are funded, and so you need all the help you can get. And I can't imagine going out and raising funding without Wayne Brown Institute as your backbone. So I've actually been a mentor and a mentee. There's times that I've raised money through the Wayne Brown Institute, and I would prepare my PowerPoint and my business plan and come and present. Even when you think you're good at this, these guys so good because they see so many of these deals that they will help you to just pristinely polish it. Now on the mentor side, I have a lot of fun with this. I mentor a company probably every 90 days for the Wayne Brown Institute. It is so fun to catch a young, energetic, inexperienced team that wants to change the world. And they're looking at you like, how do I do that? Like, I know what I want to do in my business, but I don't know how to raise money. I don't know how to talk to investors. I don't even know their lingo. I don't know their jargon. I don't know their expectations. I don't know anything about this. And so you sit them down, you just walk right through it, you role play it, you rehearse it, prepare them, and then you see them up there on the podium, and they just sound great, and they are great, and you say, wow, it's very satisfying. So any of you that are not mentors, you need to get into this. If you have the expertise to mentor, you're needed. So the advice I give to anyone that's raising venture capital or any funding at any stage for the first time is do not do that alone. First of all, I always recommend a security lawyer. There's a lot of laws that you have to comply with, and you can get yourself in a jam if you're winging it. So number one, make sure you have a good security lawyer advising you. Number two, make sure that somebody's looking at your projections, your financials, that knows financials and can coach you on realistic outlooks. Finally, make sure you're being mentored. Don't do this alone.
You know, it's really interesting. When I really got introduced to Brad Botosh, I really didn't know the power of Wayne Brown Institute, but what he really does, what the Wayne Brown Institute does for entrepreneurs, is really get you connected, get you introduced to the right people that can really help mentor you, that can help you get connected to potential investors, but also provide advice on how to grow the company, how to find good, strong people that can come in and really be a big part of the team. So they've been a great help to Matchbin, and as we grew and was able to raise a lot of money as a result of the Wayne Brown Institute. Yeah, we started with the Wayne Brown Institute back, I believe, in March of 2008, and actually was invited down to a deal forum, and there we actually were able to really get introduced to the various angel groups, Park City Angels and the Olympus Angels, and we were able to start our Series A round. And then after that, we were invited to speak at the Investors' Choice Conference, I believe in February of 2009. And that's where I really had the experience of going through the mentoring program. I had 5 mentors that were just excellent. And it was very interesting to go through and try and get your pitch down to 10 minutes. I knew at the time if I could talk to somebody for an hour, I would get them convinced to invest in Matchbin. But the mentoring team really helped me get my elevator pitch to 10 minutes, and that was tremendously valuable in helping me be able to raise the money that we were able to raise with Matchbin. And so the mentors, they were there, numerous meetings, spent a lot of hours with me to really get the type of presentation and the type of presentation and pitch that was needed to really raise the money. You know, the best advice that I could give is you've got to be connected. You've got to start knowing the people in the community, know the people in the angel community, the venture capital, and the Wayne Brown Institute is one of those that really helped me get introduced to those types of people. So really be out there, go to the various networking events, go to the various meetings that you can get involved, get to know people. And the other thing that I found is if you're really out there trying to create value, help other people, that people will come back and want to help you raise money and make your company successful.
I think WBI is well connected in the Utah market as well as Intermountain region and other areas around the geographic region where typically in Utah it's hard for smaller companies to find those connections, and with the 20 plus years, and actually longer than that, that WBI has been engaged with the capital raising and assisting businesses. There's probably no better connected organization in the state of Utah to assist with companies. So in terms of the value, it's just their large-scale outreach that they have that's broader than any other organization here in the Intermountain region. I've been both. I've actually had an opportunity to be a mentee in terms of using the Investors' Choice Conference and the process that goes through that in terms of preparing your presentations as an organization that's seeking capital or seeking the opportunity to mentor other companies. Having been through the process, I understand the process. Having been through the venture raising side, a very unique opportunity. So, and I think a big part of this is to give back. So I think that mentoring organizations, looking at organizations, bringing marketing concepts, it's a new dynamic today. The whole way we actually engage in terms of revenue development is so different today than what it was even 5 years ago. That having those resources so you're not fishing out and doing it yourself, and then being able to take those experiences and bring them to other organizations is just invaluable. Get as much outside assistance as you can. You can't read enough, you can't seek enough, you can't go out enough, you can't get enough information. It's a challenging market. It's a global market. That you cannot limit yourself to just one geographic area or one particular venture group or one area. You really, in today's market, have to broaden the scope. Capital is really tough to raise today. It's a new dynamic. It's a new market. So you got to reach out as far as you possibly can. You got to be flexible. You've got to be different. It's not the same way it was. You have to present companies different today. You have to be creative in terms of whether it's an angel or whether it's more traditional secondary tier or whether it's more of a third tier investor level. They're looking for companies that are different and are approaching things differently. So you have to be different. And by different, it's not just different in a marketing approach. It's different in how you set the business up, how you expect to go out and generate that revenue, how you're going to do the outreach. The Internet's a very unique tool that has really changed the dynamic of how we go out and market our organizations today. If you're not Internet present, you're probably not going to be successful. So I would just seek to get as much input from as many people as you possibly can and build strong models that at the end of the day, shareholders are looking to be rewarded, and they expect to get those rewards. They understand risk, and they expect decent returns for that risk that they're going to take, and be prepared to face those battles.
Well, I've been around since the founding of WBI, and I appreciate it very, very much. It's a unique organization that not many communities and states have for mentoring entrepreneurs. It has enormous value, and it's an enormous valuable component in the state of Utah for furthering entrepreneurship, raising capital, and innovating and creating leadership from the youngest ages on, and with a wonderful plan and a system to do that. I've been on both sides. I've been a mentee, and I didn't think I needed it, but actually, as it turns out, I very much needed it. And the mentors were all from sort of different fields, and they all brought different perspectives. So the value of having a diverse group of mentors look at your deal and listen to your pitch and is invaluable. And this is no charge. I mean, this is free. I mean, you couldn't hire consultants for that and have that achieved. The second point is, as a mentor, it gives me a chance to give back and to serve that same kind of function that I received when I was a mentee. Know what you're talking about and be very well prepared, and go through the Wayne Brown Institute mentorship. First of all, they'll give you a lot of good feedback because they know what people are looking for and what a business plan should look like. Don't ever go out cold turkey, because it is so competitive to raise capital. You've got to have that extra edge. You got to have that. You got to know what they're looking for, and you know how to present it and how to pitch it so it looks sexy.
As a mentee, the experience has been quite successful. About 4 years ago,
another company that I had started was selected through the Deal Forum, and we were able to raise money. We were able to come in contact with the Venture Capital Group and raise money primarily through I think the presentation and skills that WBI had given us with regard to our message and how we were presenting that message to the community. I think first-time entrepreneurs in particular should really plug into the mentoring capabilities of WBI. I think that the skill set that the mentoring group gives the initial entrepreneur and just the contact base is proved invaluable for me, and I think would prove invaluable for most startup companies.
WBI provides a network of experienced executives who can help raise money, put together corporate presentations, and help you think through the strengths and weaknesses of a corporate strategy, and that's sort of the foundation for building a company. I think startup entrepreneurs need to be wide open to accept the help that comes from more experienced folks who have been through it before. We all have enough of an ego to take the chance and start our own companies and so forth, but I learned it was important to listen to those who had gone before, and I would offer that advice to brand new entrepreneurs.
I think that WBI's absolute honest program, primarily with the Deal Forum, the opportunity that those folks have to put themselves out front prior to it being a real experience, although that certainly is a real experience, is invaluable. The mentoring that goes on and the ability that we have to give honest feedback to the companies is beyond measure.
Yeah, I think that one of the things that they do very well, and that is so important, for startup, entrepreneurs, first-timers, is to really give them some serious insight into what actually matters in terms of success versus failure, which is almost invariably different from the factors that they're convinced, are going to make all the difference for them. And so giving them, a chance to really, get that insight, get their story rewritten completely, which is usually what's required, before they get in front of the people that actually have the, the ability to say aye or nay, is a tremendous value. Feedback, to have the chance to be, mentored on how to present, what people were actually looking for, how to compose our story and so forth, and now these, many years later, as I work on mentor teams, I really enjoy, the way that I can, hopefully return the favor, essentially, to people that are also at the beginning of their career, help them to, again, rewrite their script, rethink their business plan, give them, whatever I can in terms of connections and wisdom that I've learned from doing tech startups over the years, and hopefully provide, friend and counsel for them in the years to come. So it's been very gratifying to me that way.
My depth is nowhere near as much as Dr. Keene's with WBI. I have to say, though, that the experience for me is that the ability to provide frank and honest communication to the folks. And you're in a business setting. Very often these folks are very new, and we need to, we're not used to really having hard feedback. And so it's honest, it's forthright, and I appreciate the opportunity to help them better themselves as they work through the program. To absolutely not miss WBI's opportunities. There is, and I say that all the time, we send folks there left and right, and they always benefit if they put some energy into it. They're going to benefit tremendously. There is no opportunity like that, I think, certainly in the state, and I don't think there are too many in the United States that can do what they do for the little
The only
cost
thing
that
that
is
I would
involved.
add to Mary's comments is, please, listen to the advice. When the people at Wayne Brown talk to you about the importance of trying to find the right people, not just the right amount of money. And the fact that what you really want is the right investor because of what else they bring to the table, not just the dollars that you think you need in order to make your goals, because that can be incredibly important in determining your success or failure 5 years down the road.
Actually, years ago, I was an early entrepreneur. I've done multiple companies since then. WBI had a great evaluation procedure that allowed me to look and see what my skill sets were and what things I needed to improve upon. The feedback was really good too, because you learn out where your company is and the types of things you need to do before you raise the capital. Sometimes you're not ready to raise the capital, and the evaluation procedures through the Wayne Brown Institute really make it very clear and help you see your chances of raising capital.